In this video, we will go over some basic features in R in order to get you started. Before you listen to this presentation, make sure that you have both R and RStudio installed and that you have downloaded the R script called My First R Script from Blackboard. Open RStudio. In this class, we will use what R calls scripts in order to run commands. In order to open a new script, go under File, New File, and select R script. An R script is a fancy word for a collection of commands that we can save as a script and use again later on if needed. The R scripts load the dataset, perform the desired statistical analysis, and produce an output with results. As an example, I wrote a very simple R script that you can download from Blackboard. The file name is My First R Script. In order to open this R script, go under File, Open File, and select the folder where you saved the file, and then select the desired file. Before we run this simple script, let's highlight the major features available in RStudio. Notice that we have 4 major panels in the RStudio screen. The Script and Data Viewer window is used to write the code for execution and viewing the data if a dataset is loaded into memory. This is the northwest quadrant. The console window or output window is in the southwest quadrant. We use this window in order to execute direct commands and view the results from the code run from the script editor. The third window is the environment and history window in the northeast quadrant. Here we can see any datasets loaded in memory and the variables contained in a dataset. On the second tab, we can see a list of all the R commands that were executed. The fourth window is in the southeast quadrant and provides the help interface, a list of packages, and general plots. Let's go back to the script window where we have the script loaded. The advantage of using the script is that you can save all the commands and use them at a later time instead of having to rewrite lines of code in the console window. Any line beginning with a hash symbol is a comment line that is not executed in R and is intended to give explanations on the various R commands used. I use this a lot in order to provide a brief description of what the script does. In order to run a certain line of code, select the desired line and click on Run. Alternatively, place the cursor anywhere on the line and click Ctrl and Enter. In order to run a sequence of several lines of code, select the desired sequence and click on Run or press Ctrl and Enter. For example, I will run the first 2 lines of code where we use R as a calculator to compute 1 plus 1 and 3 squared. Notice how we have the results in the output window. Next, I want to combine a set of values in order to create a collection of numbers. The function C does that. I want to look at my data and then run some statistics and then a plot. Notice that when I run the plot command, the plot appears in the fourth window under Plots. If we want to zoom in the plot to see it better, we can just press on the Zoom button. Before we conclude, I want to stress on one final point. When working in R, it is advisable to always use the script because we can save it and reuse it at a later on. We can run the script to reobtain the results later on or copy and paste part of the commands into another script. However, sometimes we want to run commands that we might not want to include in the script. In this case, we can just type at the bottom of the console window after the sign greater and press enter. For example, if I type 2 plus 3 and I hit enter, I get 5. This concludes the first introduction to R. Next, we will go over how to load the dataset into R.